Good morning. Bright and early this morning. I'm going to go for my walk a little bit later today. Who have I got there? Okie dokie, let's get started. So in my world, I often have many messages come my way about people just wanting to pick my brains, and it's kind of an awkward situation, and it puts me in a fairly awkward situation. And if you're in a service-based kind of industry, you might be getting the same sort of thing. And I had a conversation with another lady last night who works in the wellness industry, and she seems to find herself constantly having people wanting to pick her brains. Hey, Lelia. And so I just wanted to have a bit of a chat about how I handle that, because I know it is a pretty common thing for a lot of people, and it's a really uncomfortable thing to have to deal with a lot of the time. Hey, Dorothea. And at the end of the day, hey, Justine. Navigating, so okay, cool. So how I handle it is I just let people know that unfortunately these days I just don't have time to let people pick my brains, and this is kind of what I get paid for. So this is not something that I give away for free anymore. And you have the right to say that, because if somebody's putting it on you to ask you for information for free, really it's not up to us to feel uncomfortable. It's really up to them to feel a little bit uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, they're asking you to give away your services for free. And if you've built a really strong rapport with somebody online, then it can be even more awkward. I had someone a little while ago, we built up a really nice rapport online, and she asked if she could possibly send through, she'd purchased a couple of my lower end programs, and she messaged me and said, do you mind if I send you my website, so, my sales page, so you can have a look over? And I just said, look, I'm sorry, I don't do that. I reserve that for my paying clients only. I hope you understand. And there's a way to be nice about it. And I totally understand that people are going to ask that from time to time, but just set some boundaries for yourself so that you know what is acceptable and what's acceptable. Back in the early days, I probably would have said, there was an offer a couple of days ago where a lady said, I just want to pick your brains, I'll buy you lunch, and then we can just sort of see where the conversation goes. And it's like, well, no, that's not really how I do things at all. So if you want to pick my brains, then you need to invest in one of my strategy sessions or something like that, because I don't just give away my time, and neither should you. At the end of the day, you've built your skills over time, you're building a Facebook community and all that stuff, and no doubt you're giving away plenty of value for free. I give away a lot of information for free, and if somebody wants more than that, then it's time for them to step up and invest. And at the end of the day, if somebody's giving you information and you're not paying for it, you're never going to value it as much as when you invest, because then you're invested in making sure that you do the work that comes up in that conversation. So yeah, it can be a little awkward, but it's one of those things that we just need to get better at, and that is just saying no, being able to say no. It's like, if I was out at a party and I've asked to pick your brains before, I feel bad. No. Don't feel bad. I don't want anyone who's asked me that question to feel bad, because a lot of people just don't know. They just don't understand. And if you've built up a rapport, people just tend to think, oh, it's okay to ask. It's more about you, it's more about you having the boundaries around what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And the more that your profile grows, the more you're going to get that. So the more disciplined you have to be about saying no. And for me, I know very clearly where the line is drawn and what's paid work and what isn't. Oh, my eye is watering. And I have no problem saying that, but you can do it with kindness. I always let people know, look, I hope you understand, but this is just the way things are. And most people accept it really, really well. And if they don't, then really that's their problem. But just get better at it. Just know that, you spent a lot of time and money and years growing your skills, and these aren't just to be given away for free. So as I was going to say before, if I'm at a party and I see a doctor, I'm not going to go, oh, I've had this medical problem for a while, can I just pick your brains about that? It's just not cool. You just don't do it. So and it's kind of the same in in this world as well. You know, it's just not really the done thing. So, but if you innocently ask someone to pick their brains before, I totally get that, because that, you know, until you know, you don't know. But anyway, that is it. I've got a contact lens issue and my eye is watering like crazy, so I'm going to go deal with that. Yeah, and also before I go, thank you for those people that messaged me and sent me text messages and let me know that somebody was impersonating my page, and I think it's been sorted, so hopefully there's no more friend requests coming your way. And yeah, that's it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop the link into this video about, so if you do want to work with me one-on-one and pick my brains, there's only 2 ways you can do that these days, and they are on the page that I've just posted up the top and also in the comments. So for 2017, this is the only way that you're going to be able to work with me this year, unless you sign up for my membership program. But yeah, I do a small, very small, limited amount of mentoring these days. I've got big plans for my membership program this year, so I'm not taking on any more one-on-one clients this year. Yeah, my VIP inner circle and one-off strategy sessions, and at a stretch I'll do some VIP days. But this year is all about my membership program. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you do want to pick my brains and you're ready to invest, hit up that link. But as always, I always offer a whole bunch of free content. And there's also my membership program. I can actually, let me see if I can find that too. I'll pop that in there as well. So the my membership program is super, super cheap. For this month only, your first month is $25. I'm going to be running a 5-day live boot camp on how to build a brand that gets attention, plus one other training. And yeah, this is super, super cheap. It's an ongoing membership of $67, and that is the way that I want to be working with most people this year. God, my eye. It's a new makeup and it's not going very well with my contact lenses, and I hope you can't see it in the video, but it looks quite, it's watering like crazy. Anyway, so it's the Anti-Hustle Society, and I'm just going to pop that in the comments and I'll post that up the top when I'm done. But that's it for today, guys. Have an amazing day, and it's Thursday, isn't it? I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.